Hello, my name is Nava Chaudhary, and today me and my group are going to be talking about Police Story, and this is a brief film introduction, so I hope it's helpful. Police Story is a 1995 Hong Kong film directed by Jackie Chan. It consists of three genres, action, crime, and comedy, which now blends together to create a style of Jackie Chan movies. The main character is Chan Kakui, who is played by Jackie Chan. He is the police officer and he has a very strong sense of justice to deliver into the story. And we can see that when he's basically sacrificing himself to protect the safety of others and bring these criminals to justice. The main antagonist is Chu Tao, who is played by Chur Yuen. He is the wealthy gang leader and he's very powerful and influential, which makes him such a strong opponent for Kakaguri to almost get rid of. Selena Fong is the key witness in this whole case. She is played by Bridget Lin, and she's also Chu Tao's secretary. So she creates this whole centerpiece for the conflict between the police and the criminals. These next characters are supporting cast. I believe that they are important enough to be added to this main list. So Mei is played by Maggie Chung, and she is Kakagui's girlfriend. She provides this kind of insight into his personal life and shows the audience that he does have a life outside of being a police officer. It also highlights his actual commitment to the job and how much he has sacrificed because we see bits of them arguing and her saying that he should quit his job. So she does provide a lot of insight to Kakagui as a character and just his whole relationship with his job and his actual life. Finally, we have Inspector Uncle Bill Joe, who is played by Bill Tung, and he serves as Kakagui's mentor, and he's one of the few authority figures in this story that actually do believe in him consistently, because Kakagui is seen as this reckless police officer, and this is the one chance for him to actually prove himself to the entire force. So he guides them a lot, and he is a very supportive figure in the story. The 80s was a big economic boom for Hong Kong, and during this time, it became one of Asia's leading financial and commercial centers. It's a lot more urbanized and modern during the 80s. You can see that with these large shopping malls that are shown in the film, skyscrapers, busy streets, a very rapid environment. Now, just a year before the film is released, the Sino-British Joint Declaration had just occurred in 1984. In short term, this announced Hong Kong's return to China in 97, and ultimately it made the public very, very wary of the city's future and how it would continue to grow into being what it is today. Now, as the city is changing, crime rapidly grew. I feel like that's a given. The public also became very wary of their law enforcement, so now there's these two big things that they're basically very uncertain about going into the future. And Police Story doesn't really address either of these things as a film. However, if you were to just look into the themes of justice, law enforcement, maintaining social order, this would have resonated with a lot of viewers in the 80s and Hong Kong, giving them almost a sense of hope and giving them a picture of an ideal police officer who is Chan Gui, who is determined to do the right thing despite facing corruption, danger, and false accusations. It reflects real-life 80s Hong Kong with its fast-paced and rapid environment. It delivers a very authentic feel and gives audiences almost a peek into what Hong Kong looked like in the 80s. It is still known to be one of the most popular Hong Kong action movies to this day. Police Story was released during the 80s, which is also known as Hong Kong's golden age of cinema. A lot of movies came out during that time, so Police Story coming out during that time gave it a lot more traction, especially since it was released under Golden Harvest, which is a major Hong Kong studio. Golden Harvest played a major role in promoting martial art films and helped launch Jackie Chan's career ultimately. Now, the more impressive aspect of Police Story was that Jackie Chan was a triple threat. He directed, acted in, and wrote Police Story. So, because of this, it gave him a lot more recognition and it also helped him establish himself as an international action star because of his commitment with performing his own stunts and also writing, directing, and acting in a film.
When Police Story was released in 1985, it received very positive reviews. Definitely just being praised for the exciting action sequence that Jackie Chan was involved in. Jackie performed as Inspector Chan, which was noted for his comedic timing and his physical athleticism. You can really see that in the stunt choreography, especially the shopping mall finale, which was really highly praised as one of the greatest action sequences ever filmed. This storyline also has a mix of genres combining martial arts, comedy, crime, and suspension pretty much fully all the way across the film. It also had a fast pacing and practical effects which made the action feel intense and believable. With this storyline, you have the technical and the storytell aspects to go from. With the technical ones, you have that practical stunts. Jackie Chan performed many of his own stunts without relying on a stunt double. You have the fighting choreography, the camera work, and then the sound that goes with it. Those punches, the crashes, the breaking of the glass, the explosions, just kind of making you feel like you're right there. When it comes to the storyline aspect, you have that mix of the comedy going around. It just kind of blends in with Jackie's signature. He is a very comedic person. You have the underdog hero where Jackie just is that police officer who is very overwhelmed with what's going on in the real world, but also with the dangerous criminals that every police officer has to deal with. Then you have the theme of justice, and then you also have that character driven action rather than using action simply for just what it is. Many fight scenes develop on that character.
Hi everyone. Before watching Police Story, it's important to be aware of some context warnings. Although the film is known for Jackie Chan's humor and incredible stunt work, it also contains frequent action and violence throughout the whole movie. There are many martial arts fight scenes, gunfights, explosions, car chases, and dangerous stunts that may be intense for some of the viewers. The movie also includes some blood and injury, although it isn't especially graphic. In addition, it features strong language in some versions and subtitles, as well as themes involving crime, police corruption, and organized crime. There are also a few scenes that involve harassment, intimidation, and open threats towards female characters, along with some alcohol use and smoking cigarettes. Overall, the police story featuring Jackie Chan balances comedy with fast paced action, but these are the main content warnings to keep in mind before watching the film.
Course concepts. Mise en scene, the way Police Story interacts with the sets and props in a scene is different than other films. Props in the background aren't just there to make a room look real. They are used for fights and comedy. This use of environment is uncommon, but makes the sets tie into the scenes more. One of the concepts this movie uses differently is editing. The editing that is used in this film is not just used to tell a story, but to show realism and to highlight the stunts and actions. The scenes where people get hit don't cut until after the impact. Some shots are taken from multiple angles and are showed back to back to highlight the action. The style of Police Story is hyper-realism, and it's what makes the movie so interesting. Between the authentic physical aspect, the interaction with the set, and the lack of CGI and green screens, combine this with the stunts that keep that get kept even when they don't go to plan, and the bloopers at the end showing how real they are, and people getting carried out makes the scene more real.
And finally, these are some references in case you were curious as to where all this information came from. I hope all of this was very helpful. Thank you.